Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we'll be looking at another post from a Chinese forum about the upcoming mutation. This mutation is not that difficult. The difficult parts are mainly 1. Because of speed freaks, starting from the first night, defending will be a lot more difficult. Of course, if you clear slowly during day 2, the pressure put on you will also increase. 2. Speed freaks, Black Death, Hunterlings harassing your workers will be extremely deadly. This one was deleted. If you are on the left side and your commander doesn't have a good way to block them, it's not funny when you can't block them and they jump into your mineral line, affecting everyone. It's not embarrassing to just scream and F10Q. Starting from the second night, consider putting some trash buildings in the 2 o'clock area of the base near the entrance with the ramp to the high ground and within the sensor tower's vision. You can lure many hunterlings like that. Starting from the third night, the attack waves might just ignore all morals and drop enemies in your mineral line, infecting a lot of workers. When an infested structure goes down, the brootlings might have Black Death. Your small armies used for clearing might get infected as a result. Recommended commanders. So recommended duel will be Cannon Tool, Swan P2, Solarite Celestial, one of these 3, plus Nova P3, Han Horner P1, Manx P1. Do your best to end the mission before night 3. Manx P1 or P3, if you're on the left, leave 25 energy before night 1. If you hear the Hunterlings scream, drop a bunker on the high ground. Defend with a few bunkers, use ESOs, and blast all the things. Cannon Toll P2, trap the artifact, mass cannons, and monoliths, as well as Zelnaga observers. If Zeratul gets infected, time his death with the timing of the next artifact. Don't let him die when you're about to get the next fragment. Solarite Celestial, block the front with your gateway and cybercore so there's less pressure on your cannons. Afterwards, use observers and fire lance. If your ally can help defend the first night, you can make a few cannons in safe places like 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock during day 2 to save on energy. Other commanders. Oh, there's an added one, Nova P3. So Nova P3, when you're defending, put tanks in the back, and in the front, make engineering bays and those auto turrets. The rest is just Nova blasting everything. And you can make Banshees to take care of the big huts or the big domes, and you can shift them so that they can just keep attacking. So you clear one, shift around the back, and attack the next one. Don't let them auto-attack the infected rootlings. Other commanders. So Swan P2, the skill floor of IDEF, this is IDEF, is still good. If you know how to destroy structures with concentrated beam, good. But if you don't, you can use a Herc or float a factory from the side to get vision. During the daytime, a Herc can teleport some workers to an undefended area and build some flaming Bettys to destroy structures. Stetman P1, Ling Hydra A move in green zone, done. Lurkers defend at home. When massing units, green zone pretty much renders Black Death non-existent. Abathur P2 or P1. As long as you make it past the first night, you'll be fine. During the first night, you will rely on spine crawlers and well-spaced toxic nests with autocast turned off to manually take out enemies as needed. Afterwards, turn off morph to Brutalist on swarm hosts or ravagers. However, his pushing efficiency is rather weak. It's just that he can still win with his golden swarm hosts as long as they can survive until the 6th or 7th night even after all the workers are dead. If you want to do the floating base cheese, you still can. This is an edit. So for Lone Wolf, if you lift your original CC, you will have vision of the high ground, and if you hear Hunterlings, you can throw a turret there with Sirius. Interesting. So special strats for Zerg players. If your ally isn't strong enough, I suggest making some extra spine crawlers during night 1. After clearing out the huts on On the high ground in the bottom left corner, you should fly your overlords to a place where enemies won't pass by. This is to avoid getting all your overlords infected when defending at night, causing a supply block. I personally send them to the bottom right corner because you can fly past the 7 huts in the 4 o'clock area that's undefended and then fly to the bottom right corner. You don't need to clear anything and you can send them there. The week after is We Move Unseen and Purifier Beam on ME, easy mutation. The week after that is Chaos Studios on OE. Choose one. Halfway through the map, you get Speed Freaks, or halfway through the map, you get Double Edged. Okay, next one. Is there some sort of strategy where you can just use one hand? Our Abathur's Golden Armada just goes nom nom. Response, one hand day. Rainer level 2 or higher. Get a Nova P3 ally to enter the game and then quit. Then fly your CC to the bottom left corner. You should research HP regen and then detection before flying. Nova blasts everything in her path. Leave the big domes to the Duskwings. Use Hyperion if the attack waves have air units. This is how I beat Death and Taxes. It's not really necessary for this one. Next one. Did you forget to include the mutator Fear? So, in some places, this mutation says it should have Fear, but it doesn't. Non-tower commanders have no choice but to get infected with Black Death starting from the first night, so using traditional strategies will require you to replenish a lot of HP. However, since this is Dead of Night, tower commanders avoid all 3 mutators. Abathur P1 can consider using... Abathur can consider using P1. Every unit that has more than 100 biomass actually benefits from Black Death. Lone Wolf burning huts will be affected mainly because Speed Freaks plus Fear will make this less efficient. You need to make medevac platforms sooner. If you're proficient, you can end the mission before the 3rd night begins. If you're controlling 2 units on 2 or 3 fronts, the one with Tychus might get taken out easily. It's best if your ally is there or if you make E-base to block. The front with Sirius should be fine. You can pull SCVs to repair him. At the start of night 2, I recommend getting Rattlesnake so he can give Tychus a healing stick. I added P1 to the OP mainly because I'm used to using P2 and turning off Morph to Brutalist when facing Black Death. It seems that Huiji's mutation list is wrong. I looked up many videos and also played on MM. There's no Fear. This is just a site that lists all the mutations. Next one, 2000 HP Gary plus Steadilite Overcharge can prolong his life. He's not really afraid of Black Death. Yes. If there's no Fear, Blaze's effectiveness against the houses is going to be about the same as regular Brutal. Because the burning infested are faster, they might even die next to huts that aren't on fire, connecting the encampments even faster. Tychus also doesn't need E-base anymore. Give him a Rattlesnake healing stick and it'll be like regular Brutal. When I tried the Blaze parkour, he got stuck easily because of Speed Freaks. There's also Black Death slowing things down, so I don't know how I should write this. This one, so there's a picture here, there are only 2 mutators. Didn't miss anything. The Quick and the Dead only has 2 mutators, Black Death and Speed Freaks. Okay, next one. Getting stuck multiple times is because the fire has not spread and the CD is active. When moving out, try your best to avoid going on the paths that the infested take. Get close to it, then light it on fire. For example, in the pic below, the red areas are where the infested gather and the blue areas are spaces where you can walk. So red is where they gather, blue is where you can walk. So let's take a look at this picture. So this one doesn't show for the whole map, but you can see here, they walk here and you can walk here safely to avoid getting too close. All right. Let's go to 150 again. All right, and then, there's some more. As for macro, you can try getting the E gear and skipping W. Prioritize getting armor upgrades, muscle HP, and medevacs. When your HP is lower than 50% and you're surrounded by infested, consider using a medevac. What's E and W? I use ZXCVB keys. I normally attack the blue areas during the day. Blaze waits at the 11 o'clock cliff before the second night, set off 2 fires, then fly to an entrance with the medevac. It burns from around the area above the bonus to the bottom. Speed Freaks, this one, post about all the commanders. Speed Freaks and Black Death can only say that it's an easy mutation. You can win by walling off at home and slowly clearing. If you really want to make this difficult, you have to add Alien Incubation. Rainer, I don't know if this guy's joking, but this mutation is pretty hard for many commanders. It would be much better if he had a planetary fortress. Wall off with OCs, put bunkers in the gaps to draw aggro. 2Gs. During night 1, put marines in the bunkers and put tanks behind. During the second day, sacrifice the marines and replace them with more tanks. If there are spotters, make Vikings. If there are hunterlings, fly some buildings to draw their attention or make a bunker and put an SCV next to it. The SCV is gonna die or get infected. Kerrigan, units becoming one-use products is not fun. The pressure on your ally to defend is quite great. I recommend using the cost reduction mastery. Rush mutas and morph them into brute lords. Use their superior range to take care of your problems. If the enemies don't have Black Death, you can take them out with mutas directly. So this last line. Artanis, I have returned from the depths of the sea. This is one of his voice lines, I think, and I don't know which one it is. Make a group of tempests, disintegrate the huts, and focus fire the big domes. Make another group of tempests to focus down the special infested at home. If there is pressure at home, make zealots and spin, spin, spin. If there are chokers, make zealots and spin, spin, spin. Don't need dragoons for this mutation. Swan, easy mutation. Wall off the front with factories, put flaming betties in the gaps on both sides. With speed freaks, they can clump up at the front and then get past the flaming betty. So they can kind of like squeeze through and walk on top of the flaming betties. Put blaster billies and spinning dizzies behind the flaming betties. So this is the long range turret and this is the missile turret. Put a row of tanks behind these to completely seal off an entrance. What do you do if there are stanks? Call your ally over. Zagara, stay at home during the night, turn on Frenzy during the day. Everyone knows that clearing everything by day 3 is basic Zakara play. If this really doesn't work, use Banelings to help with defense. Karax, it's fine as long as you can't come in. It's not important whether or not I can go out. Wall off with cannons and batteries, put monoliths on the high ground, use top bar to blow things up. If you have some extra cash, make some immortals to reduce some of the pressure on defense. Nova P3, blast things. Defend with tanks and liberators during the night, banshees snipe huts. During the day, liberators can help with taking out structures, banshees continue sniping huts. Abathur, I have to win. I will definitely win. So probably that's better. I will definitely win. P2 Golden Swarm hosts are really good at defense, but you have to survive until you get to that point. Why not change your plan? Have your ally pick Swan, and you use P1 Ravagers to attack. Sometimes there's a traffic jam only because the 2 cars in front are crawling at a turtle's pace. I think this refers to SCV's body blocking, but I'm not sure. This one, P3, Alarak P3 mech. As a Tal'Darim, if you can bend, you bend. If you can stretch, you stretch. Don't waste units by going out at night. Han Horner, use strike fighters at night and sacrifice reapers during the day. Unless absolutely necessary, do not use Horner units at night. Also, don't get the carrier upgrade for the galleons. You'll be betrayed. They will get infected and infect your galleon. Stukov, wall off with bunkers, tanks fire away. Bunkers uproot during the day and then release all the marines inside. Vorazun, very rare occasion where you won't use DTs. Defend with Dark Pylon Wall, Oracles and Void Rays poke the huts. Black Death affects HP directly. DTs this week are traitors. Tychus, Lone Wolf Blaze burns all the things. How do you burn them? Of course you go to their house to burn them. Dahaka, Mass Guardians to take out everything. It's like this when you have AoE. Have Dahaka eat the few air units at each base. This is to prevent air units with Black Death from infecting the Guardians. Phoenix, Rock Slapper does his thing again, although for defense, the Rock Slapper also has to help. Menx, A mutation where something, I don't know what this means. If you don't know how to use ESOs, then you can keep making bunkers, then stuff them with troopers and put 2 tanks behind them. However, the workers repairing the bunkers aren't so lucky. What? You said you know how to use ESOs? Then what are you doing reading this? Stedman. I'm avoiding his greatest asset? I'm not sure if this is the right meaning. P1 has a super large radius, unbeatable green zone, done. You can even keep it on for the entire time. Zeratol's solo Q, I recommend P2 for dual P3. Zeratol's cannons are worth their cost, but there's a problem on Dead of Night. Because there's only one base, your income is only 75% of other maps with 2 bases. As a result, you actually won't have many cannons at each entrance in the first few days. Therefore, your ally must remember to return home and help out during the first few nights, to give Zeratol time to collect enough fragments. In a duel, just forgo logic and spin to win. Place monoliths at home and forget about them. If you spin to win, you're gonna get infected and die, so I don't think this is a good idea. Alright, the next post. So this is about the keys E and W. So E is the hotkey at the muscle armory for blaze to spread fire. W increases the damage to light. Everyone's strategies won't be the same. You just need to be familiar with which areas are really dense and affect walking and which areas aren't affected. It's usually advantageous to medevac transport to a place near buildings. Burning huts is slower than the infested, which can help keep the fire going. The problem is that Abathur's Golden Fleet takes too long to make. Hi, another mutation where some guys, get wrecked by Black Death, even though those two don't play co-op anymore. And then, so here they added 2 more posts before. So I don't know whether Zeratol's cannons can hold on. It looks like for this mutation, you just have to fly your base away. Zeratol can enter the Void Array for insurance. And that's it for this post. What advice do you have for this mutation? Comment it down below and I'll see you next time.